Rowoon and Park Eun-bin romantic vacation after wedding. Honeymoon trip shocks fans? Imagine a world where every glance, every shared smile, and every unexplained absence becomes a thread in a tapestry of secrets that fans weave with feverish intensity. What if, in the quiet hours of a starlit night, two beloved figures slipped away from the relentless glare of the spotlight, only to resurface in whispers that echoed across social media like ripples on a hidden lake? Could it be that Rowoon and Park Eun-bin, the duo whose on-screen chemistry once ignited hearts and the king's affection, have now blurred the lines between fiction and reality in a way that no one saw coming? Or is this just another illusion, a mirage crafted by hopeful imaginations and viral speculation? As the clock ticked past midnight on what seemed like an ordinary evening in early 2026, something shifted in the air, a single photo, a fleeting sighting, and suddenly, the internet was ablaze with questions that begged for answers, yet none were given. What exactly happened on that supposed romantic vacation, and why does it feel like the beginning of a story that's far from over? Picture this, the bustling streets of Seoul fading into the distance as rumors began to swirl like autumn leaves caught in a sudden gust. It started innocently enough, or so it seemed, with a cryptic post on X from a fan account known for its eagle-eyed observations of celebrity lives. They claimed to have spotted Rowoon and Park Eun-bin at a high-end restaurant in late 2025, their laughter mingling with the clink of glasses under dim, intimate lighting. But was it just a friendly dinner, a casual catch-up between former co-stars whose paths had crossed in the whirlwind of K-drama fame? Or was there something more, something electric in the way their eyes met across the table, as if sharing secrets that the world wasn't privy to? Fans dissected every detail, the way Rowoon leaned in slightly closer than necessary, the subtle blush on Park Eun-bin's cheeks that could have been from the wine or perhaps from something unspoken. And then, as if the universe conspired to fuel the fire, reports emerged of them being seen together again, this time heading toward an airport, luggage in tow, their expressions guarded yet oddly serene. Where were they going? Why now? These questions hung in the virtual ether, pulling viewers deeper into the mystery with each passing second. But wait, here's where it gets even more intriguing. Shift your perspective to the media insiders, those shadowy figures who lurk in the corridors of entertainment newsrooms, piecing together fragments of truth from a mosaic of half-heard conversations and anonymous tips. Whispers from production sets suggested that both stars had cleared their schedules unusually abruptly around the turn of the year, citing personal time in vague press releases that did little to quell the growing curiosity. One insider, speaking under the veil of anonymity, hinted at a private jet reservation to a tropical paradise, a place where azure waters meet pristine sands, far from the prying lenses of paparazzi. Could this be the honeymoon trip that the title of our story alludes to, a post-wedding escape shrouded in secrecy? Or perhaps it's merely a well-deserved vacation, a respite from the demands of stardom that coincidentally aligned their paths once more. The silence from their agencies was deafening, a void that fans filled with theories ranging from the romantic to the utterly fantastical. What do you think? Does that kind of coordinated absence scream coincidence, or is it the hallmark of a deeper connection that's been simmering beneath the surface for years? Now, let's dive into the fans' world, where every social media post becomes a clue in an elaborate detective game. Remember that viral TikTok from October 2025, the one compiling moments from their past interviews where Rowoon spoke of his ideal type with a description that eerily matched Park Eun-bin's poised elegance? Fans replayed it endlessly, pausing on the micro-expressions, the way his eyes softened, the slight hesitation in his voice as if guarding a precious truth. And then came the X threads, exploding with screenshots of alleged sightings, a couple resembling them strolling hand in hand along a beach at sunset, their silhouettes backlit by the dying light, evoking scenes straight out of a romance drama. But were those really them, or just wishful projections onto anonymous figures? The emotional roller coaster was palpable, hope surging with each new evidence, only to crash against the wall of official denials that never quite materialized. One fan account, with thousands of followers, posted a thread analyzing their body language in recent public appearances, the lingering touches during award shows, the protective glances exchanged amid crowds. It made you wonder, doesn't it? If it's all platonic, why does it feel so charged, so alive with unspoken possibilities? Shifting gears to the stars themselves, consider the power of their silence in this narrative. Park Eun-bin, known for her graceful reserve and impeccable professionalism, has always navigated fame with a quiet strength that leaves room for interpretation. Her recent Instagram updates, subtle, artistic shots of ocean waves and blooming flowers, could be innocuous vacation snaps, or they might be coded messages, hints at a blissful interlude shared with someone special. Rowoon, on the other hand, with his charismatic presence and boyish charm, has been equally elusive, his social media filled with workout selfies and cryptic captions about new beginnings that sent speculation into overdrive. Imagine the contrast, the chaos of fan forums buzzing with debates, versus the private serenity they might be enjoying, untouched by the storm they've unwittingly unleashed. But here's where it gets crazy. What if that silence isn't denial, but a deliberate choice, a way to protect something fragile and real from the harsh light of public scrutiny? Have you ever pondered how celebrities balance the heart's desires with the demands of their image, and what that might mean for Rowoon and Park Eun-bin in this moment? As the story unfolds, let's explore the timeline that fans have meticulously constructed, layering event upon event like scenes in a slow-burning thriller. It all traces back to their collaboration in The King's Affection, where their portrayals of star-crossed lovers captivated audiences worldwide, sparking the initial shipping frenzy. Fast forward to 2025, and suddenly, they're trending again, not for a new project, but for those restaurant sightings that exploded into marriage rumors. YouTube channels capitalized on it, churning out videos with titles screaming confirmation, yet offering only circumstantial evidence, a shared glance at a fan event, matching accessories spotted in separate photos. Then, the vacation whispers began in earnest around New Year's 2026, coinciding with a dip in their public activities. Insiders murmured about a destination wedding, perhaps in Bali or France, with only close friends in attendance, followed by a honeymoon that shocked fans due to its unexpected intimacy. But is shock the right word, or is it more like a collective gasp of recognition, as if the pieces were always there, waiting to be assembled? What would you do if you were in their shoes, embrace the revelation or let the mystery linger, drawing everyone closer with each unanswered query? Delving deeper into the emotional undercurrents, think about the contrasts that make this tale so compelling, the public adoration versus the private vulnerabilities. Fans poured out their hearts in comment sections, some celebrating the potential romance as a fairy tale come true, others cautioning against invasive speculation. One particularly poignant ex-post from a dedicated follower described feeling like they were uncovering clues alongside the stars, piecing together a puzzle that might reveal a love story for the ages. Yet, amid the excitement, there's an undercurrent of melancholy, the knowledge that if this is real, it comes at a cost, with privacy eroded by the very fandom that adores them. Rowoon's past interviews hint at his longing for genuine connections beyond the screen, while Park Eun-bin's roles often explore themes of hidden identities and forbidden affections. Could life be imitating art here, or is art simply amplifying life's ambiguities? These emotional waves pull you in, don't they, making it impossible to look away as the narrative builds toward, what, exactly? But wait, the plot thickens with recent developments that have fans on the edge of their seats. Just days ago, a blurry video surfaced on Instagram, purportedly showing two figures resembling Rowoon and Park Eun-bin at a luxury resort, their laughter carried on the breeze as they wandered through lush gardens. The timing couldn't be more suspicious, right after a wave of confirmation videos on YouTube that claimed they were 1 month into dating and dropping bombshells. Insiders speculated about a sauna date, a shared home shopping spree, even playful nods to future family plans and fan theories. Shift to the media's lens, and you'll find articles dissecting their trajectory, from business partners in 2022 to alleged Christmas dates in 2023, public proposals in 2024, and now, in 2026, whispers of domestic bliss. Yet, nothing is confirmed, leaving a delicious tension that simmers like a pot about to boil over. Have you noticed how each new clue resets the clock on attention, making you crave the next revelation even as it eludes grasp? Imagine standing in the fans' shoes now, scrolling through endless threads on Reddit and X, where predictions for Dispatch reveals mingle with light-hearted bets on celebrity couples. One thread buzzed with excitement over a supposed Chuseok vacation date, complete with eyewitness accounts that painted vivid pictures of stolen moments. Another highlighted their openly publicizing relationship through subtle social cues, like coordinated posts that align too perfectly to be accidental. The emotional contrast is stark, the chaos of online debates versus the imagined peace of their getaway, where perhaps they're simply enjoying each other's company without the weight of labels. But here's where it gets truly wild. What if the shocking element isn't the trip itself, but the way it's forced fans to confront their own boundaries between admiration and intrusion? Questions like these keep the engagement alive, urging you to ponder, is this the honeymoon of dreams, or a cleverly orchestrated distraction? As we navigate these layered perspectives, consider the insider's cryptic hints that add fuel to the fire. Rumors of a destination wedding in exotic locales, followed by a honeymoon filled with romantic escapades, have circulated in hushed tones among industry circles. One anonymous source described spotting them in a car after a dinner, sharing intimate moments under dim lights with love songs playing softly in the background. Fans latched onto details like matching bouquets or couple outfits, interpreting them as silent declarations. Yet, the star's behavior remains enigmatic, Park Eun-bin's artistic posts evoking serenity, Rowoon's captions hinting at contentment. This ambiguity builds suspense, drawing you into a web where every silence speaks volumes. What secrets might their body language betray in unseen moments, and how does that shift your view of their story? The narrative swells with more fan-driven discoveries, like threads analyzing their slow burn from co-stars to something more. Posts gush over alleged sauna dates, shopping trips for home essentials, even playful predictions of pregnancy arcs or pet adoptions. The emotional highs and lows are designed to hook you, joy in potential romance, tension in uncertainty. Media outlets amplify it with articles on their trending status, while YouTube dissects every interaction. But amidst the hype, the private versus public dichotomy lingers, making you question the ethics of speculation. Here's the crazy part: what if their silence is the ultimate tease, inviting theories that keep the conversation endless? Diving into historical context, recall how their chemistry in past projects set the stage for current buzz. Fans revisit interviews, spotting hints that now seem prophetic. Recent sightings, from restaurants to airports, layer on the mystery, with X posts exploding in reactions. Insiders hint at cleared schedules and private jets, painting a picture of seclusion. Yet, no confirmation leaves room for doubt. Do these patterns suggest a hidden wedding and honeymoon, or mere coincidence? The emotional contrast, fan frenzy versus star serenity, heightens the drama, pulling you deeper. But wait, recent X activity reveals even more, fans crowning them as ultimate pairs, sharing evidence of dates during holidays. One post describes a Valentine's-like celebration with roses and private car moments, evoking romance. Media contrasts this with their professional lives, like Rowoon's new drama talks. The ambiguity fuels repeat views, as you sift for clues. What if this vacation is the culmination of years of subtle signals? Shifting to global fandom, international fans add cultural lenses, debating if this mirrors K-drama tropes. Threads on platforms like TikTok compile montages, amplifying the hype. Insiders leaks about unannounced trips add intrigue. The silence from agencies acts as a vacuum, sucking in more speculation. Have you considered how their public personas mask private truths? As waves of emotion crest, fans' theories evolve, from marriage announcements to honeymoon shocks. Posts tease pregnancy arcs, blending fiction with reality. The narrative's pacing, with many revelations, mirrors a documentary's build-up. But the core remains unresolved. Is this love or legend? In this cinematic unfold, every perspective converges on the unanswered, what truly transpired on that trip. Fans, media, insiders, all circle the enigma. The emotional suspense lingers, a door ajar to possibilities. And yet, as the whispers fade into the night, one question remains, echoing like an unfinished symphony: what if the real shock is yet to come, hidden in the shadows of their next move?